Hi, everybody. I'm Sharna, and I can see so many beautiful souls over there on the right that are tuning in with us tonight for our Distance Reiki Healing Circle. And I just want to sincerely thank you all for being here tonight, or during the day for some of you in other countries. I know there's different time zones. The point of tonight is to come together to create a healing circle, a healing space where we can honor some of the lives that have been lost, both in recent months and also going back in the past. As I was thinking about and reflecting on all of the lives that we could honor tonight, the list is actually endless. And so my hope is that we would be able to focus on love and peace and compassion and acceptance, and that be the energy and the spirit with which we're meditating tonight. We have people joining us from all over the world, and I think that that's just amazing. We've got 6 countries, I think 5 provinces, 12 US states, and 24 cities across the world, excuse me. So that's a pretty amazing group of folks gathered together, both those that are tuning in tonight, as well as those who are joining us in their own private and silent meditation. So I just want to take a moment to talk about how tonight will work, and then we'll dive into the meditation. And you do have, the chat is enabled there on the webinar, and so if you would like to at any point comment or write in something that you would like me to read out loud and say, I'll do my absolute best to honor that. If I can negotiate the 2 spaces, leading the meditation and also paying attention to technology. Other than that, you'll be hearing my voice leading meditation. I've got some imagery that will be moved throughout as well, and perhaps some song if technology plays nicely with me this evening. The way that this will be run is that we'll be envisioning ourselves inside of a collective circle surrounding a sort of sacred bonfire where we can put all of our hopes and wishes for the future and for past healing and current healing into this beautiful fire source, and allowing the smoke to kind of go up into the sky and bring our prayers skyward to spirit, and then also using that beautiful cleansing energy of fire to allow us to purge any pain or difficulties that we might be having around some of what's going on. I know the climate here in the United States is pretty volatile right now. There's a lot of anger moving around amongst other emotions. And so I would also love to hold an image of fire being able to help purify this. There'll also be an opportunity to have a kind of collective candle lighting. So I have my candle right here, and at some right after we kind of create the collective circle, we'll do a blessing and we can all light a candle together. If you don't have a candle, that's okay. You can light one in your mind. I'll have a visual of a candle anyway. And then once we do that, the Reiki practitioners that are here can go ahead and use their symbols. I'll prompt for all of this and call in the Reiki energy. But those of you that aren't Reiki attuned, it's just connecting with loving, healing light and sending that out to the planet. And then we'll do a healing that's based on kind of moving some healing energy into the past in the way that we can kind of help to heal the karmic footprint that's been done by violence across centuries and thousands of years, and unfortunately probably since the beginning of time. And then working on healing our present moment, and then really raising our vibration up really super high and pushing it forward into the future, so that we can all collectively envision a future where peace and love and tolerance, or not even tolerance, acceptance actually is how we walk in the world. And then we'll go ahead and close up. So I hope that that provides a good overview. Let me just check my notes real quick and make sure I didn't miss anything, and I didn't. So we'll go ahead and start our guided meditation piece. So let me just go ahead and put a screen share up so that you all are able to see what I'm looking at. Just bear with me for a quick second. All right. Beautiful. So here we have our beautiful bonfire. So just going ahead and beginning to close the eyes. Perhaps starting to connect in with the breath, with the gentle rise and fall of the belly and chest. Beginning to allow yourself to connect in with your physical body. And allowing the breath to begin to move energy to any places in the body where it's needed. Beginning to clear out our own vessel, this beautiful physical body we've been given to do this work. And perhaps even connecting to a flow of beautiful light force energy coming into the crown, down through all 7 chakras, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, and the root. Letting that energy collect up and carry with it anything that's no longer needed. Down into the ground, where Mama Earth can neutralize and recycle it. Beginning to pull up some energy from the earth, bringing in some stabilizing, grounding energy into the root chakra, up into the sacrum, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. Allowing that energy to funnel out through the crown. Cleansing and clearing the outer energy body. Beginning to feel a balance inside of the body between this lovely connection with the cosmos, with spirit, with universal life force energy from above, and then connecting in with the energy coming up from Mother Earth, bringing it up and allowing us to connect with and feel deeply grateful for this beautiful planet Earth that we've been given. Maybe feeling all 7 chakras begin to balance and align. Perhaps putting a beautiful or gentle smile on the face. And starting to connect in with this beautiful vibration of unity, of connection, of oneness. That's sometimes easier to create on an energetic plane because we can move into this bright light feeling surrounding each of us. Now beginning to just visualize a bonfire in the center of a circle of which you are now a part of. Perhaps beginning to feel a sandy beach underneath the bottom of the body. Perhaps feeling gentle or seeing and hearing gentle waves crashing in the distance. Feeling just a gentle heat coming from the flames. Perhaps even dipping your fingers into the cool sand. Beginning to see yourself as part of this virtual circle we're creating. And envisioning bodies to the right and bodies to the left. Creating this beautiful circle of all of you wonderful beings that are here tonight. And I'm feeling yourself just kind of connect in with each person's own personal bonfire scape. until we've all dropped in and are energetically sitting around this fire together. And perhaps wherever your hands are, finding a place where perhaps the left palm is facing up on the left thigh or knee, and the right hand is maybe facing down, as we're going to join hands in this moment. And seeing if you can begin to feel the hand of the person on your left coming and placing itself atop your palm on your left hand. And taking your right hand and putting it down on top of that beautiful, imagined, and yet oh so real hand of the person on your right. Maybe even envisioning this happening all around the circle, this connection of hands across time and space inside of this beautiful circle we are creating. And as you connect in this way, perhaps beginning to pull some of that beautiful white light, cosmic energy into the crown. Pulling it into the crown, bringing it down into the heart. And as energy comes into the heart, seeing how beautifully big and open you can make your heart. Opening it to the love of the universe. And beginning to allow that energy to move down the left arm, into the left hand, and into the left hand of the person on your left, spiraling around in a beautiful circle. Feeling it coming into your right hand from the person on your right. Feeling just how much a part of this circle you are, how real this is in this moment because we make it so. And how real the love and connection is across time and across space. And perhaps just bringing some of that circling energy up around the back of the body, up around the shoulders, around the neck, the back of the head, up around the crown, meeting at the top of our circle about 2 feet up in the center, making this beautiful dome of white light energy connecting us inside of a beautiful energetic bubble. This helps us contain our healing energy and keep us connected such that when we send it out into the planet, it comes with all of the force and power of our joint energies. And then bringing that energy down around the thighs and the hips, down around the backs of the legs, the knees, and the feet, all the way down into the center of the planet, into Mama Earth. And we're actually going to send that energy down into the center of Mama Earth, planting the very beginning of a healing seed at the center of our planet, and just jointly envisioning this beautiful seed of healing light that as we meditate together today will take root and start to spread, become bigger and larger, permeating through our entire planet, past, present, and future. And those of you with Reiki attunements that are set up for distance, this would be the time. I'd invite you to work with your symbols in whatever way you work with them to create a distance connection with the recipient of the energy being planet Earth and even beyond. And this would also be a time for anybody, regardless of Reiki attunement or level, to start to connect with a loving and healing blessing that you may want to send into the center of our bonfire. And this can be a deeply personal blessing. I know many of us were affected in one way or another by something that's happened over the last couple of weeks. And so this would be a time to share inside of your mind with your healing blessings, love, and peace towards perhaps those that you're personally connected to. And then also bringing those and sharing those in a more outward and direct way to the planet. And I'm just going to play a little music here while we all reflect on our own blessings, and then I'll call one out myself. And so just beginning to complete your personal blessing and words. Jillian chatted a beautiful poem by Hafiz, The Place Where You Are Now, and I'll go ahead and read that. This place where you are right now, God circled on a map for you, wherever your eyes and arms and heart can move against the earth and sky. The beloved has bowed there. Our beloved has bowed there knowing you were coming. It's beautiful. Thank you, Jillian. And of course, anybody else can feel free to add whatever they'd like to the chat, and I'll read it when I'm able to see it. So if you have your candle handy, this will be a time that we'll kind of jointly light a candle together. And this would be a way that that blessing that you evoked, perhaps you already placed it into the bonfire. We can, when we light the candle, I invite you to make those words real for yourself as you light the candle. And I'll go ahead and say a few words as well, but by no means are my words even the only words or the only words that are being said tonight, right? So, but I'm the one that's talking, so here we are. So I'm gonna go ahead and invite you to light your candle. And as we light these candles, symbolizing kind of our own mini bonfires, I'd like for us to, if it feels right and resonant for you, to imagine this healing light being your representation of the way that you show up in the world. And as we light candles for healing and peace across the globe, I invite us all to remember that the change truly does start from within. And so as we are moving through conversations, as we are showing up on our paths on the planet, that we can hold in our heart love for every expression that there may be, whether or not we necessarily agree with it. That we may all open our hearts to being more complete listeners of the experience of each person. And through this listening, may we find the grace to come towards understanding. And if not understanding, then acceptance. Acceptance of our differences, acceptance of the fact that different things are important to different ones of us, and that it truly does all have value. And so I hold a blessing that we carry this beautiful little light inside of ourselves, and that we allow it to be the change that emanates out through us and ripples across time and space. And I thank you all for lighting your candles if you did with me. So now we'll go ahead and just do a more complete meditation with this idea. So there will be some quiet spots and some song and some spots where I'll be leading you through the meditation as well. And again, feel free to use that chat in any way that you might like. If you have things that you'd like to add into the circle, I'll check it periodically. So we're going to begin by moving into the past and sending some healing light and energy into past tragedies, past areas of violence, pockets of karmic energy that may still be stuck. Those of us that understand quantum physics, not that I'm pretending to really understand it, but the bits that I do understand are this idea that time is not linear, and that all time is happening in some ways right now, and it's spiraling and moving. And so as we move our energy into the past, we have a real beautiful ability to heal some of that karmic footprint, if not all of it. So this is where we'll start our meditation, because the mind thinks in a linear way. And so we'll move ourselves into the past, sending some healing light. So again, closing the eyes, if that feels comfortable and right and good. Got a little picture of a candle here that I'll put up. That might be nice, a nice one for folks to meditate on and look at. Here we go. There's a lovely little candle. So just allowing ourselves to move into sort of the beautiful darkness of this space where the candle is lighting the center of. And perhaps beginning to feel ourselves connecting into that gentle, loving light that comes from the heart, comes from within each of us. And starting to feel that gentle flickering of flame, starting inside of yourself with your own healing energy for yourself. And perhaps beginning to move inside of your own energy body into the past, into past places and moments where perhaps there is still anger, still pain, still grief, in any way that it's shown up in your life. And gently moving this beautiful little healing light across your own mini timeline, moving that healing light all the way back to birth. And if you want to go beyond birth and all the way through your previous lifetimes, that's beautiful. Whatever calls to you. Knowing that healing starts with each of us. So taking a moment to move into the past for your own greater healing. I know for myself, these recent events have brought up old pain that I wasn't even aware that I was holding. And so as I send my little candle light down the path of my past and my history, sending healing light to all those spaces and places where there may have been rejection, pain, violence, trauma, even simply hurt and sadness, grief, and bringing loving, healing light there, and acceptance of the self, love of the self, love of all of the past parts of your path that have made you who you are. And sending this beautiful rippling energy into your past. And as that energy begins to grow, beginning to take that healing in the past and expand it, perhaps to your family. And we do this only with those whose souls provide us permission. And so as we send any of this healing energy inside of ourselves, we ask for permission for this healing light to move through, and an acknowledgement on the soul level that if it is not accepted, that it simply bounces back with love. And expanding this healing in the past to your family. Moving it out perhaps to your immediate community. And then beginning to move it out geographically from wherever your epicenter may be in the world. This is how our little orbs will begin to touch one another across time and space. Those of us across the United States and across the world, seeing perhaps your healing energy bumping into the healing energy of others in this circle as we move through the past. And I'm feeling this energy. I have chills all over my body. This is beautiful. And so allowing that for the next 5 to 7 minutes to simply move with you in whatever way feels best and right and true. Perhaps you feel or see visions of healing that is occurring in the past. Perhaps there are particular events that you would really like to dedicate some healing energy to. Parts of the world. Really moving with this exercise in whatever way most resonates and is natural to you. And just slowly beginning to bring yourself back from the past. Taking your time to gently and slowly travel back into this present moment. Leaving all of those beautiful energetic trails of loving, healing light behind you. Finding yourself back here in this fully present, beautiful, current moment. And Violet has written something very beautiful, so I'm going to read that now. Let the blossom of this seed pierce the veil of the greater humanity, awakening its heart to the inner light, which heals with love and remembers the divine source of our beingness. Beautiful. Love that. We'll hold that in our hearts as well. So now finding ourselves moving into this present moment of healing. So beginning to really connect in right now with your physical body, this visceral container for our experience here. And again, beginning with the self, beginning with that healing light, starting at the heart. Allowing that to begin to travel all throughout your being. Perhaps that movement of the past of healing energy may have even brought perhaps something up in the body right now in this present moment. And so allowing that beautiful firelight to start to just expand from the heart in this present moment. We need to expand around the rib cage, around the shoulders, and down into the belly, around the arms and the throat, down around the hips to the thighs, expanding this healing light up to the forehead and the third eye, down around the knees, finally up over the crown of the head and down around the bottoms of the feet. Feeling this beautiful tingling energy of healing throughout the physical body, this beautiful instrument that we've been given to do our healing work that tells us ever so perfectly when there's something that needs attention. And so giving that attention to yourself in this moment, particularly for any of us that have taken on very strong visceral reactions to things that are happening around us in the political climate that we find ourselves in whatever country you may be in. And perhaps allowing that attachment to anger or pain or judgment to begin to be burned off by this fiery light. And that is not to say that we don't honor the grieving experience, that we deeply honor where it is that we've been and come from. And yet in this moment, that we can release and let go of anything that's not serving us in this present time, so that we can, in a few moments, raise our vibration up so high that the rest of the planet can't help but raise its vibration as well. So as you send all of this healing energy into yourself in this present moment, letting what you no longer need be burned off by this fiery light, connecting in with loving compassion for self, and beginning to beam this beautiful, loving heart energy out to yourself, out to your family, loving, healing light out to your community, wherever they may be. Loving, healing light out to the state or province you may be in. And loving, healing light out to your country. And then loving, healing light out to the entire planet. Letting your heart send this energy out to anybody who is receptive and willing and gives their souls permission to receive it. Sending that healing light out across the globe. We're going to take another 4 minutes or so here to meditate with and on this. And just slowly beginning to pull back from however expansive you may have become. I actually was in tears for a couple minutes there, just feeling all of this beautiful energy radiating out from all of you divine spirits and those that I know are with us that aren't on the call right now or on this video feed. So that was such a beautiful present feeling of everybody coming into healing of our present moment in time. And so now we'll move into a little different of an exercise in which we're going to kind of raise our own energetic vibrations over the course of a few minutes. And then we're going to jointly and collectively sort of push that energy into the future. And along with that, any visualizations that you want to have about the way that we would love our future to look, peaceful, loving, understanding, and perhaps even how you see yourself inside of that vision as a light worker, as all of us are who have come here tonight, regardless of whether you identify in that way or not. Simply in your being here, you bring that to the world. So I'm going to invite us all to close our eyes again and begin to reconnect to this circle that we've created for ourselves. Perhaps even mirroring, if you've changed, hand positions, the same gesture of left hand up and receiving and right hand down, or I'm sorry, the left hand was giving. And beginning to just feel that clockwise spiraling of our circle, of all of our energies connected, and I can feel it. Beautiful. All of our energies connected together as one. And just really connecting back again into that crown chakra energy from the universe, universal life force energy, that positive, loving, healing light coming into the crown, into the heart, splitting out and down into the hands. And getting this spiraling motion going. You might even notice the body rocking, almost like a pendulum as you move in this spiraling motion. And as we connect all of our energies in this way, beginning to just gently connect into your heart and really finding that epicenter of that feeling of complete and total unconditional love. Perhaps seeing it as a pink or green color in the heart. Maybe it's a flower, maybe it's rose quartz, maybe it's its own just unique beacon, whatever image resonates with you. And as that energy begins to move through the body, perhaps putting a smile on the face, smiling raises our vibration instantaneously. And starting, if you can, to just bring the vibration of your energy up one little notch. That could look like, for some people, it looks like the shoulders moving up, maybe the eyebrows move up. We want to stay light and not tense if we can, but just pulling that vibration up just one gentle notch. And you'll feel it click in. Looks like that energetic wall that we created just moving up a little bit higher, a higher frequency. We're going to bring it up 5 notches for today. Remembering to breathe. Bringing that energy up a second notch. So feeling maybe the chest lifting a little bit. You might even feel yourself gently floating. We want to stay connected and grounded in the body. So if you need to put a grounding cord down or a tree root down, we want to stay connected to the planet and stay connected to our bodies as we rise up. We're going to rise up a third notch, lifting that energy up into a higher vibration of love, loving acceptance, peace and connection, complete oneness. Moving it up one more notch. We're going to do two more, actually, the fourth notch. And you may find yourself hovering at a vibration, and it might not be possible to move up higher, and that's okay. Be wherever your energy wants to be. We're already at beautifully high vibrations anyway. And then if it works to bring it up to a fifth notch, really lifting that energy up, raising consciousness, raising the frequency of ourselves and of the circle. And again, finding a place that is comfortable to you, because we're going to be here for a few more moments as we send this into the future. So settling into a vibrational rhythm that is right and correct for your body in this moment. And then raising the hands if you'd like, bringing them up to wherever that vibration feels like it is. And I'd love for us all to just tilt our hands forward and direct this energy into the center of our bonfire, into the center of circle. Nice. And just feeling all of that energy merging, that joint lifting that we just did. And gently patting that energy up and sending it up into spirit and into the future. So along with this vibration that we've just raised ourselves in circle, seeing this extend across the planet and into the future. And you might see this looking all kinds of different ways, colors, visions. You might hear sounds. It's allowing yourself to work with the energy and the vision that feels right to you in this moment. Perhaps it is even simply envisioning how you would like our world to look in a loving and healing way. We're going to spend a couple moments with song here.
And just gently holding inside of your mind's eye for a moment whatever vision you are holding for yourself for our collective future. Bringing it from the future into your heart and into yourself in this present moment. Knowing that, holding this vision in your heart today, in every moment that it feels challenging to witness what is happening in our world, coming back to this vision, coming back to this frequency that we've created together, and perhaps revisiting this exercise on your own, knowing the power that we have to collectively create change, and that it does start in this moment, and that we've all created and participated in such a beautiful offering with this. And so I'd like to just finish our circle with a grounding exercise, and then we're just going to kind of pull our energy back from this circle we've created so that we're all back inside of our own little energy bubbles, intact and feeling nice and good and hopefully elevated and loving and happy as I feel to have shared this with you all tonight. So just briefly beginning to connect back in with the body, maybe pulling some of your energy back from the future, and maybe anything that was still in the past, just bringing all of your energy back into this present moment. Reconnecting in with a grounding cord or a tree root, whether or not you put one in earlier in this meditation. I'm going to ask us all to do this now. So either a silver cord down that anchors into the center of the planet, or a tree root going down into the planet, multiplying its roots. Really feeling yourself connected into that stabilizing, grounding energy of Mother Earth. And slowly just allowing the body and the energy body to do its own natural release of any excess energy that's built up over this very juicy circle. Anything that's not yours, or anything that you're ready to let go of, and anything that feels like too much. We want to feel like Goldilocks right now at the very end of the story, where it's just enough, just right. Really feeling connected into the legs and into the feet. You might want to actually place the feet on the floor or the ground, wiggling those toes, lifting the heels up, taking a couple of nice, big, deep inhales and exhales, fully returning into the body in the present moment.
And then with deepest gratitude for the brothers and sisters that have been with us in circle tonight, just starting to gently pull your energy back from that hand holding in circle, maybe even physically bringing the left hand to the heart, the right hand on top of it. Just finding yourself coming back into your own energetic space. Leaving any connections in this circle, removing any that are not for your highest and best good, bringing those back into the self. And then very gently, we're just going to imagine all that beautiful white light energy that made an orb just dissipating. So just almost like a cloud moving out and away. The top part moving up into the ethers, the bottom part moving down into the ground. Releasing our energetic circle. And finding yourself beautifully and perfectly inside of your own loving, healing space. And so we are complete for tonight. I want to thank you all for joining us and for lending your voices, lending your energy. This webinar gets taped because it's part of the webinar package that I have. So I'll probably post this on YouTube so that folks could watch it again if they want to participate in this on their own at another time. If you want to share it with a group, if you're doing a meditation and this worked, you're more than welcome to share that. And please, on the Facebook group or via email, text, I'd love feedback about how this felt and went, and would really welcome that for future ones to either hone them in or to know what people also really liked and enjoyed. So thank you again all for being here. We are right at 8:01, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast, but I would really love to keep in touch with all of you and would welcome hearing your voices. SeekSparkShine.com is my website, and that will be where all of this information will be gathered, including the video and ways to get in touch with me if you don't already know how. Some deep, deep, deep gratitude to all of you. Blessings, love, and healing light. Mwah.